Right. Right. Okay. So, they're dropping a new Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC trailer today. That's a mouthful. In about 1 hour. Actually closer to 58 minutes. So, we've got 58 minutes to kill. I've got like exactly one thing planned. So, we'll get into that very quickly. I'm pressing buttons right now and they're doing things I wasn't expecting them to do. Anyway. Let's move this over here quickly, I think. Okay. I wanted to do a video on this, but I'm really slow, so I haven't done it yet. I suppose if they do reveal a new Mega Evolution today, this is my last chance to do this. So, kablammy! Look at this, huh? Look, we're like in the middle of nowhere. Where are we? We're in the void. No. We're doing a tier list, baby. I did these tier lists ages ago. Never did anything with them, so we're looking at them now. These are all my tier lists of Pokemon that I think are the most and least likely to get new Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension. I guess let's start off with Gen 1. These are all divided into these generation categories. We've got some very obvious ones. These are all they've been divided. There's 4 main categories. There's the S tier, which I'd say they're 90 to 100% likely to get a new Mega Evolution. There's the A tier, which is 60 to 90%. B tier, 30 to 60. F, 0 to 30. There's also a few more tabs. The existing Mega Evolution tab, that's for Pokemon who already have Mega Evolutions. I am pretty sure they're going to give at least one Pokemon that already has a Mega Evolution a new one. I think they're going to do it. I think this is the perfect time to do it. I think they will. And of course, Legendaries and Mythicals have been put into their own group as well. Once we get to, I think, Generation 7, unique groups of Pokemon like Ultra Beasts and Paradox Pokemon are also divided into their own categories. Let's start off with the S tier. Very interesting one here. There's nothing. I think they should really try to stay away from Generation 1. We've already got, look at the top row. We've already got tons of Generation 1 Mega Evolutions. I don't think there's too many like Kanto Megas that I'd be like happy with compared to, you know, other generations. We've already got a lot of good ones. I think if I had a choice as to what I could choose, I'd say if I had to pick Kanto Mega Evolutions, I'd say Arcanine, Lapras, maybe Snorlax, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, and like other than that, I don't really want any more Mega Evolutions. If we go over to the A tier, 2 of those Pokemon I mentioned are actually here. Arcanine and Lapras. They are very popular Pokemon. And that's the only reason they're in A tier. Lapras is there because it does have connections to Kalos. In Pokemon X and Y, after the 3rd gym, you can get a gift Lapras. So I thought, you know, it would make sense for it to get a Mega Evolution in Legends ZA itself, but it didn't. So I think Mega Dimension is a good time as any. For Wigglytuff, there's a theory I want to talk about. I'm going to call it the counterpart theory because I need a name for it because I'm going to be talking about it a lot. We don't know, okay, at the time of recording this, we do not know anything about Mega Dimension apart from the fact that it has something to do with Hooper and it has something to do with a place called Hyperspace Lumiose. We have no idea what Hyperspace Lumiose is. A common popular theory is that there's going to be a lot of new Mega Evolutions that are counterparts to pre-existing Mega Evolutions. In the same vein that Hyperspace Lumiose might be like a reversed, upside-down version of regular Lumiose City. So that's why Wigglytuff is there. I think, in terms of Gen 1, there's going to be Legends ZA spoilers in this video live stream, by the way. I think Wigglytuff is here because A, it's a very popular Pokemon. Well, Jigglypuff is more popular, but Wigglytuff is the closest you can get. And it would work as a counterpart to Mega Clefable. As for Jinx, this is an idea I came up with all my own, so it actually doesn't make that much sense, but, you know, I'm gonna claim credit for it if I end up being right. I think we could possibly see Nintendo, or Game Freak rather, revisiting old Mega Evolutions that they scrapped in development. I might be wrong, but I believe we only know about 2 of them. I'll talk about the second one later, but the first one is Jinx. In Pokemon X and Y, they were planning to make a Mega Jinx. They had some designs ready. They even got all the stats. The base stats already been designed, and then it was scrapped. So I think if Hyperspace Lumiose really is this alternate version of history, I think it could be like a cool, meta reference to these Pokemon that they scrapped like a decade ago. B tier, I don't think there's anything major I want to talk about. Snorlax does already have a G-Max form, but it's a very popular Pokemon, so I could see it still getting a Mega Evolution. Arbok, I thought would have gotten a Mega Evolution in ZA because the first trailers for ZA said that Corbo's ace was Arbok, and they lied. It was actually Scolipede. Ninetales would work as a counterpart to Arcanine. Fearow would work as a counterpart to Mega Pidgeot. Hypno to Alakazam, but I think it's way too similar. Let's see, are there any more? I do have regional forms in here, independent of their regular forms. I think we could see a regional Mega Evolution. I'm not going to say we will. I'm not going to say it's likely, but I think it is possible. Pokemon Legends ZA was the first mainline Pokemon game, I believe. I might actually be wrong about that. No, I think I'm right. I think Pokemon Legends ZA is the first mainline Pokemon game to have both a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve and a Pokemon that has a different regional form. I explained that really weirdly. It's Slowbro. Slowbro can Mega Evolve. It can also be Galarian Slowbro. A question for like the past decade was, can Galarian Slowbro Mega Evolve? With the Slowbro Knight. The answer ended up being no. Galarian Slowbro cannot Mega Evolve. So I do wonder if perhaps, that they're going to work on Mega Evolutions for regional forms. I think the most likely one is Hisui and Arcanine. Obviously, Arcanine's already very likely. The Hisuian forms are beloved. And the Rust Syndicate does have some mentions of Hisui. There's the Lumiose Museum, which has a lot of references to Hisui. Obviously, it's a Legends game. It's a continuation of Legends Arceus, which is set in Hisui. So I think Hisui and Arcanine is the most likely. In the B tier, we've also got Galarian Slowbro, which I've talked about. Alolan Exeggutor, because it's possibly, at least when it was released, it was like the most popular or the most beloved regional form. I don't think the Evolutions are going to get Mega Evolutions, because then you have to design a lot of Mega Evolutions for all of the Evolutions. I think that's really all I have to... Oh, wait, a Hisuian Electrode is there as well. I don't have anything to say about it. F tier, there's some more. This is where most of the regional forms are. Dugong is really low, and that's literally just because I hate Dugong so much. I don't want it to get a Mega Evolution. I hate it. It's just a seal, bro. You can't design any good Mega Evolution around that. Sorry, I'm seething. This is where most of the regional forms are going. Alolan Raichu, Alolan Murk, Alolan Persian Golem, Raticate, Sandslash, Galarian Rapidash, Weezing, Alolan Marowak, Galarian Mr. Mime. Galarian Mr. Mime actually can't Mega Evolve. I don't know why I put him there. He's not capable of Mega Evolution. He's not fully evolved. Please ignore that strange man. And Paldean Tauros. Ditto is there too, because I feel like it would be quite difficult to design a Mega Evolution for a Pokemon whose entire gimmick is it becomes a different Pokemon. Unless you give it like a new ability which lets it transform into a Pokemon and then like double its stats or something like that. I just don't think it'd work. Farfetch'd is there. I think it's a very basic design. We already have Galarian Farfetch'd and Surfetch'd. We already have a normal and flying Mega Evolution. We might have another, but I can't remember right now. Either way, I don't think it'd be very interesting. But I still put it high up in the F tier because there is a gift, Farfetch'd, you can get in Pokemon X and Y in Santaloon City, I want to say. So, it has some ties to Kalos. Anything else I want to talk about here? No, good. That means we get to go on to Generation 2. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I forgot to talk about Mythicals. Oh, I'm going to talk about them later. No, there's legendaries here too. Let me take a sip of my coffee very quickly. We may have to hurry up here. We're one generation through, and only 10 minutes through the hour. You know, we have 50 minutes left until the trailer. So, let's hurry this up. Legendaries and Mythicals. I think the Legendary Bird Trio are quite likely. Well, I wouldn't say very likely, but in terms of Legendaries, I'd say they're fairly likely. They do have ties to Kalos. You can find them in the post-game of Pokemon X and Y, but they do already have Galarian regional forms. I think it would be a bit overkill to give them Mega Evolutions as well. Mew, I think, is quite likely. We were talking about the counterpart theory earlier. Obviously, it would work very well as a counterpart to Mega Mewtwo, both Mega Mewtwo's. Maybe we could get Mew, X, and Y, but I'd rather we didn't. Honestly, I don't want a Mega Mew, but I'm saying it could be possible. Now we get to move on to Generation 2. S tier is Slowking. Once again, counterpart theory, I'm going to be saying that a lot. It would be a counterpart to Slowbro. It seems that Pokemon Legends ZA had a small bit of a focus of balancing these like I suppose you'd say unfair Mega Evolutions. My main argument is Mega Frostlass, because it balances out the Snorunt line for, you know, almost a decade, probably a decade actually. The Snorunt line's been very unbalanced because Glalie gets a Mega Evolution, but Frostlass doesn't. Now they've given Frostlass a Mega Evolution, they've rebalanced it. I could easily see them doing the same thing for Slowking. A tier is Blissey. It's just Blissey. There are not a lot of good Generation 2 Pokemon, I'll be honest. It would be a counterpart to Clefable again. I don't think it's a fairy type, but those kind of like early generation big round pink Pokemon they kind of all group together for me. So I think Blissey would, at least in my eyes, seems like it would work as a counterpart. And it does have wings like Mega Clefable, so think about that. Alright, B tier, Unknown. I put Unknown a bit high because it was inexplicably present for the 2024 Pokemon Day Presents. I don't know why it was there. It had nothing to do with any of the stuff being revealed. And of course,
motion detected at the front door.
Sorry, let me turn that AI off very quickly. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn my Alexa off. What was I saying? It was inexplicably in the Pokemon Day Presents. Obviously, Pokemon Day 2024 was when they revealed Legends ZA, so a lot of people thought there'd be a connection there. Honestly, I don't really want a Mega Unknown. I'm going to say this for a lot of Pokemon, but it was just heavily featured in Legends Arceus. I don't want to see it getting too much attention, but I think it is quite likely. Quagsire there because it's very popular, but it did just get... I would have put it in A tier, but it did just get a regional evolution in Clodsire. Azumaril's there because it's popular. Noctowl's there because it could be seen as a counterpart to Pidgeot. Quillfish is there because I think it could be an interesting counterpart to Overquill. Obviously, Jotonian Quillfish cannot evolve any further, so it would be a candidate for a new Mega Evolution. Anything else here I wanted to talk about? I think I want to talk about Ariados, but I can't remember why. Sudowoodo, I think you could give a Mega Evolution where it becomes more tree-like. I think that's it's a fairly popular Pokemon. I think that's a really easy design you could go for. You could make it rock grass, you could just keep it pure rock. I think it's a very easy, very, very easy choice. Lydian Politoed for it, Sartu. I think that's all I wanted to say about those guys. In the F tier, we have Jotonian Typhlosion. I've seen a lot of people say they think Typhlosion's going to get a Mega Evolution in Mega Dimension. I don't think he will. The main argument is that, well, you know, now Meganium and Feraligatr have Mega Evolutions, so Typhlosion's left out. Except it's not really left out. It is the only one of the three with a regional form. Obviously, regional form, power-wise, regional forms and Mega Evolutions aren't equal. But if you give it a Mega Evolution, then you've just unbalanced it again, because then Typhlosion will be the only one with a Mega Evolution and a regional form. You can't balance it right now. I think they should leave it be. I think there are more obvious answers as for which starter Pokemon could get new Mega Evolutions in Mega Dimension. We'll go over that in a second. Glorian Slowking, don't think we'll get it. Smeargle, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to speed through this because we're taking a bit too long. Legendaries and Mythicals, I don't think any of them are really that likely. I can just skip over all of them. I forgot to talk about the Gen 1 existing Mega Evolutions, but that's fine. Actually, we'll do it very quickly now. Existing Mega Evolutions, I think, could get new Mega Evolutions. I think the Kanto starter is most likely, except for Charizard. I don't think that's that likely. Dragonite is quite likely. It was the first Mega Evolution revealed for Legends ZA. It's also a very popular Pokemon. Starmie is there as well, because it's the Mega Evolution used by Lida, I want to say her name is. So it makes sense for one of the rivals to get a new Mega Evolution. Gengar and Clefable are already popular. Yeah, and that's about all I wanted to talk about. Generation 2, obviously the Generation 2 starters. Typhlosion and Feraligatr, Tyranitar, Pseudo Legendary. I think that's really all I had to say. Moving on to Generation 3, we've got one Pokemon in S tier. I was talking about this earlier. I don't remember if I gave the theory a name, but it's the second of the two Mega Evolutions we know was scrapped at some point in development, which is Flygon. I think if there is any time to bring in Mega Flygon, it is right now. If they don't do it in Mega Dimension, I don't think we will ever get a Mega Flygon. Milotic and Wailord in A tier because they're both very popular. I would have put Wailord higher, but you know, you have to, what are you going to do with it? You can't really make it bigger because then it'd be way too big to fit anywhere. There's not a lot of Pokemon in these higher tiers because I don't think there should be that many more Generation 3 Mega Evolutions. Once again, we've had a lot of focus in Generation 3 with a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I think we should focus more on the later generations. I think that's all I want to talk about. Yeah, F tier, Pelipper and Torkoal are sitting there it's actually only because of their competitive usage. I think they're kind of too good in my eyes to get a Mega Evolution. Thinking about it now, I might be wrong. I probably should have put them low B tier. But yeah, they're already very powerful competitively, and a Mega Evolution, you kind of wonder, would they be too strong? At least Torkoal fits that more, because in Trick Room it's a real beast. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. We should move on to the Legendaries and Mythicals. Jirachi and the Regitrio are very low. The Regitrio are low because you'd effectively have to give a Mega Evolution to all 5 Regis, and that's too many Mega Evolutions. For one group of Pokemon. Jirachi's low because no one cares about it. Deoxys is at the top. I think we could get a Mega Deoxys as a counterpart to Mega Rayquaza, obviously in the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire post-game. The Delta episode is where you encounter Mega Rayquaza and you go into space to fight Deoxys. As for the returning Megas, obviously, or not returning, the new Mega Evolutions for Pokemon with existing Mega Evolutions, the Hoenn starters are the highest, and Absol, because it's I believe the first Mega Evolution you get access to in Legends ZA, so it would make sense for it to get a new Mega Evolution if they're pushing for it to be the new face of Mega Evolution. Metagross is a pseudo-legendary. I don't know why Altari is there, but I think I should have put Gardevoir higher because Gardevoir is more well-known. It has connections to Kalos because, of course, Diantha, the former Kalos champion, uses it. And I think that's all I have to say about Generation 3. Generation 4 is another one I think there could be a good few we could get, but I don't want too many. Obviously, Generation 4 has a good amount of Mega Evolutions, Garchomp, Lucario. And we've also had a huge focus on Generation 4 in the past 2 generations. Obviously, Generation 8 had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. Generation 9 had a good few ties to Legends Arceus, as well as you get the Sinnoh starters in the Teal Mask. And Legends ZA already has a ton of ties to Hisui, so I think we should probably just let it go. Let it simmer down for a bit. So there are no Pokemon in S tier. There are 3 in A tier, being Spiritomb, Hippowdon, and Togekiss. Spiritomb is obviously a very, very popular Pokemon. It features on Cynthia's team. Hippowdon has the ability Sandstream, so I think it could be an interesting ground-type counterpart to Mega Tyranitar. And Togekiss is a fairy and flying type. I think it would make sense as a counterpart to Mega Clefable. B tier is full with a bunch of Pokemon I don't really feel like talking about. A lot of them are high up just because they're popular. Are there any counterparts I wanted to talk about? Fossil Pokemon. I've got a lot of fossil Pokemon in the high up in the B tier, not because I necessarily think they're likely, but they would make sense as counterparts to Mega Aerodactyl. And apart from that, I think we're done here. In Legendaries and Mythicals, I could see Regigigas getting a Mega Evolution because you don't have to give a Mega Evolution to the other Regis. I think it would make sense because Regigigas is a very popular Pokemon, but it's also a very common popular joke in the Pokemon community how weak it is because of its signature ability. So I think giving it a Mega Evolution could be a funny way of responding to that. And I think the rest are just high up based on how popular they are. Darkrai, Cresselia, Heatran, all very popular. The rest I don't think are very likely. Generation 5. We did see a lot of Generation 5 Mega Evolution. Well, we saw 6 apparently in Legends ZA. I would like to see a few more, but I don't want to see a huge focus, like the same amount of focus we had in Legends ZA. There are still a good few candidates. I think Hydreigon, I said its name weirdly, I meant to say Hydreigon. I think Hydreigon has as close to 100% as you could get. I think it has two main things going for it. A, it's a pseudo-legendary, and of all the pseudo-legendaries from generations 1 to 6, it's the only one that doesn't have access to a regional gimmick or a regional form. Obviously, Dragonite, Tyranitar, Metagross, Salamence all have Mega Evolutions, and Goodra has its Hisuian form. Hydreigon has nothing. And secondly, it's actually not currently in Legends ZA, which I think is really suspicious. It's been in tons of games. It's a pseudo-legendary. Of course it's going to be in loads of these games. So what other reason would they have for excluding it other than they're going to put it in Mega Dimension? You know what I mean? And if it's in Mega Evolution, I'd say it has a pretty good chance of getting its brand new Mega Evolution. As for the A tier, I think... not Excadrill. I think Conkeldurr and Watchog would be interesting counterparts to Excadrill. They're both themed around construction. I originally theorized that Excadrill... Because I made a similar video to this before Legends ZA trying to predict all the Mega Evolutions. I can't remember if I put Excadrill in my final list, but I did have it high up because it's construction themed. Obviously, Lumiose is going through redevelopment in Legends ZA, so if they wanted a counterpart, I think Conkeldurr and Watchog would be good options. Superior is there because we were talking earlier about starter Pokemon that could get new Mega Evolutions, and I'd say, I'm not going to say the other two, we can leave those for later, but Superior is one of them because it would help to balance the Generation 5 Pokemon, starter Pokemon. Currently, Samurott has a regional form, Emboar has a Mega Evolution, and Superior has nothing. It's also likely they just leave it for the next Legends game, which is probably releasing like, what, 2028? But if they were to do something now, I could see Superior being given a Mega Evolution. Cinccino is there, and I don't remember why. I did this like a month ago. It might be a counterpart to Mega Clefable, I actually don't remember. And Golurk is there. I'm going to say huge Legends ZA story spoilers. Click off for about like a minute, and then come back, because this is a huge spoiler. Golurk is a Pokemon used by AZ in Pokemon X and Y. The one battle you have against him uses Golurk, Sigilyph, and Torkoal. And spoilers, AZ fucking dies. What the hell? I was really emotional watching that. I think it could be pretty bittersweet to give one of those three Pokemon a Mega Evolution. I think Golurk would be a great choice. Okay, no more ZA spoilers. We're all done here now. Keldio's second form kind of looks like a Mega Evolution. Yeah, it kind of does. I think... I might be wrong on this, but I think Mega Evolutions were... like, they weren't intended for Generation 5, but they came about... the idea came about during Generation 5's development. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a remnant of that. B tier is full of pretty much just the most popular Pokemon. I think Volcarona is very similar to Hydreigon. It's not in the... I should have put it in A tier. But its thing is, it's already a very powerful Pokemon, and it would be difficult to balance a Mega Evolution. But I think it should have still been A tier. It's not in ZA, and I think it's a fan favorite. I don't think it has much reason to not be in the game. But the rest of B tier is pretty much full of just popular Pokemon. Zoroark, Haxorus, Crocodile, Reuniclus, Gothitelle. I put Behem really high. I really want Mega Behem. I really, really, really want Mega Behem. I want Mega Behem so much. I think it could be the most underrated Pokemon of all time. I think it is genuinely the most underrated of all time. It looks so cool. It's got a cool design. It's got a cool name. And not only is it really not popular, nobody really talks about it, but it's barely in any games. It's like, come on, give me Mega Behem. Give me Mega Behem. I swear to God. Okay, so I'm I think I'm getting off the rails here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about there. F tier. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to talk about there. Cool. Okay, legendaries and mythicals. Genesect is at the top. Why is Genesect at the top? I think it's mostly that none of these Pokemon can get Mega Evolutions. I had to look up BM. I forgot who he was. Everyone does. I don't blame you. He's really underutilized in the games. I think for Legendaries and Mythicals, it's more the case that I don't think any of them are going to get Mega Evolutions. Obviously, Kyurem's not going to get one. Landorus is too powerful to get one. Tornadus and Thundurus have, in the past, been too powerful to get them. Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem wouldn't make sense. Meloetta I don't think would really make sense. Keldeo wouldn't make sense. Victini wouldn't make sense. The Swords of Justice would make a bit of sense. They are based off the Three Musketeers, which is a French novel. France, Paris, Kalos, Lumiose. You know, it would make a bit of sense. I don't know why Genesect is at the top. Why is Genesect at the top? I don't know why Genesect is at the top, but he is. As for returning Mega Evolutions, once again, we've talked about this before. Emboar is a starter Pokemon. It's one of the most likely candidates for a new Mega Evolution. Scrafty's there because it's the Pokemon used by one of your rivals. Scolipede is used by one of the important characters in the game. Corbeau, that's his name. And the rest are pretty unlikely. Okay, Generation 6. Now, weirdly enough, we got a lot of Generation 6 Mega Evolutions. I can make this a bit bigger, hang on. This is very low quality, but just pretend it's not. We got a lot of Generation 6 Pokemon Mega Evolutions in Legends ZA, which is exactly what I wanted. I think that I would like more, but I think the thing is there's not a lot of Kalos Pokemon. So I'm not sure how many good candidates are really left. S tier, I think the most likely would be Talonflame, Pangoro, and Clawitzer. Talonflame is it's one of the most popular Kalos Pokemon. It's probably the best regional bird, if I had to say. Unless I'm forgetting a really obvious one. Corviknight. Corviknight and Talonflame are the best two. Not sure how I'd rank them. But yeah, I think it's a great contender for a new Mega Evolution. It could also be seen as a counterpart to Mega Pidgeot. Pangoro I have two reasons for. Vinny, the character Vinny is very clearly designed around Pangoro. Can I say that? I've been saying that ever since he was revealed. And I thought, he's got a little Pancham pin in his hair. I thought, you know, he's got the same colour scheme as Pangoro. He's got sunglasses which mimic the colour of Pangoro's eyes. He's got the green accent. He's got the Pancham pin in his hair. Obviously, he's going to have Mega Pangoro. I was wrong. He uses Mega Drampa. And so after I found that out, I was pretty much, I gave up. I was like, I guess we're not getting Mega Pangoro. But in the Pokemon Legends ZA story, you fight a trainer named Grism. I think his name's Grism. It could be pronounced Grisham. I don't know. I'm going to say Grism because it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to Google this just to make sure I'm actually not spouting misinformation. But I believe he uses a team of 6 Pokemon. Pangoro, Malamar, Pyroar, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Charizard. The first thing I noticed when I battled Grism, he has 6 Pokemon, 5 of them are capable of Mega Evolution. Malamar, Pyroar, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Charizard. The only one who cannot Mega Evolve is Pangoro. This is clearly a hint towards Mega Pangoro. In the DLC, I was completely right the entire time, and I'm a genius. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a genius, and we can all agree on that. Okay, maybe I'm getting a bit full of myself. I'm just saying. I thought it was more like Mega Rayquaza. I always thought Pangoro. I saw a lot of people saying Rayquaza, but I've always been a Pangoro head. I've been a Pangoro believer. I'm gonna bet money on Mega Pangoro. I'm gonna go to Las Vegas. I'm gonna gamble money on Mega Pangoro. Lastly is Clawitzer. It's Clawitzer when it evolves. Last of is Clawitzer because, as I mentioned earlier, they seemed to make an effort towards balancing Mega evolutions. You know, Glalie had one for 10 years, and now Frost has finally got one. They rebalanced the two counterparts. And in Legends ZA, Dragalge just got a Mega Evolution, so it would make sense they give one to Clawitzer in the DLC to rebalance those two counterparts. In the A-tier, Goodra is there because it is a pseudo-legendary, but it does already have a regional form. Helioptile, because it has ties to Prism Tower and Clement. Surely Clement's returning in the DLC, right? Clement has to return. He's pretty much got to. One of his Pokemon is Heliolisk. I could see him having a Mega Heliolisk. Diggersby, again, it could be a counterpart to Mega Excadrill. It's a construction-themed Pokemon. Tarantula and Aurorus would be counterparts to Mega Aerodactyl. Go-Goat has a major presence in Lumio City for the Go-Goat Shuttle, which I'm not sure is in Legends Z. I think there might be a side quest referencing it, but I can't remember. And the Dene, because it's the signature... Well, I think in the anime it was Bonnie's partner Pokemon. And if Clement returns, then Bonnie's probably going to return as well, right? Clement has been taken by the Rust Syndicate and being held captive. I knew it! That's what he gets. I like how the Pokemon Company told us how to pronounce Rayquaza and then introduced Quasartico. I didn't even notice that. That's a really good point. That's actually a really good point. It's funny because it seems to be completely unrelated. That's actually funny. Existing Megas, obviously the Kalos starters, I actually don't think they're that likely because... I actually don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, they're the most likely. Diancie, you know, it's a mythical, it already has a Mega Evolution. I feel like I'm saying really obvious things here. I feel like I'm saying very obvious things here. For the returning legendaries and mythicals, I think Xerneas and Yveltal, I don't think they're going to get Mega Evolutions, which is really sad for Yveltal because it kind of needs one, but the issue is that in the Video Game Championships VGC, Xerneas is one of, if not the most popular Pokemon ever. It has its signature, I forgot what the name of its signature move. Its signature move, Geomancy, which takes 2 turns and boosts its special attack, special defense, and speed by 2 stages, which makes it literally unstoppable, apart from when you can stop it. But obviously power creep has happened. It's probably easier to deal with now that we've got like Fluttermane and stuff, but it's still a very powerful Pokemon. And to give it a Mega Evolution, you have to give it plus 100 stats, and the question generally is, how the hell do you do that without completely breaking the game? I'm pretty sure it's impossible, so I don't think they'll be doing Mega Xerneas and Yveltal. Hooper is there because it's it's like the main Pokemon in Mega Dimension. It's got the hoops. It's the Pokemon taking you to Hyperspace Lumiose. That's the name. I couldn't remember the name. But I think most likely is Volcanion because the 3 Kalos Mythicals. Hooper has 2 forms, its confined form and its unbound form. Diancie has 2 forms, its regular form and its mega form. But Volcanion only has 1. And we were talking about earlier how they seem to be trying to rebalance things. Mega Volcanion would be, I think, the most obvious, right? That's a pretty obvious rebalance. Now we get to move on to... I'm actually very excited to talk about Generation 7 and 8 because I think we could see a good few new Mega Evolutions. I think, ideally, I'd want to see like an equal focus on Generation 6, 7, and 8. I think that would be the most interesting. Let's look at the tier list here quickly, but... because I think that'll be the most interesting. I think so. The most interesting Mega Evolutions were the Pokemon that were introduced after XY were released. And I think, you know, looking at this alternate... upside down version of Lumiose, I think, you know, really going wacky like this and really leaning into Generation 7 and 8, I think would be really cool. Me and my Sprigatito are watching together. Aww. My cat's Probably outside my door. It likes to sit outside my door and usually like Scrabble, but it's actually pretty quiet at the moment. Generation 7. Nothing in the S tier, very unfortunate. A tier, Mimikyu is there because it's Mimikyu. I feel like I can just say it's like one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. Obviously, if they do a Generation 7 Mega Evolution, it's going to be Mimikyu. Kumwo is there because it is a pseudo-legendary. It does have, I believe, already have a signature Z move. But let's be honest, who cares about Z moves? Can we talk about that? Who cares? That's actually really interesting. I've got more. I was gonna say I don't have anything more to talk about, but I do have, I think, 2 more things to talk about. Make a Mimikyu be impersonating Eevee since it's gained popularity. You just gave me a different idea. Actually, it could be impersonating Mega Raichu. I guess that would actually make sense. You just gave me that idea. I'm gonna credit myself for it. And I'm gonna pretend it was all my idea. What was I saying? Yes, B tier, Incineroar and Primarina. We were talking about Serperior earlier, how this would be a way to to rebalance the Generation 5 starter trio. Incineroar and Primarina will be there to balance the Generation 7 starters. Obviously, Decidueye has a regional form, the other 2 have nothing. Okay, no, let me rephrase. I think Decidueye has a regional form and a signature Z move, the other 2 only have signature Z moves, I think. And there is a bit of concern here because Incineroar is known as one of the most powerful Pokemon once again in the video game championships. But a lot of competitive players will tell you, and I'll say the same thing, I don't think a Mega Incineroar would be that good. Because you really want to use your Mega slot on a really powerful Pokemon, a Pokemon that can do a lot of damage or can really disrupt things. The best Mega Incineroar could do is be slightly more bulky. It's slightly harder to get rid of. Does a small bit extra damage. I don't think a Mega slot. In the VGC you can only have 1 Mega evolved Pokemon per battle. So wasting that slot on a Pokemon that can't really do much with its Mega Evolution wouldn't make it that powerful. I've got a lot of electric type here because of, obviously it relates to Prism Tower and Clement and Bonnie. And I think that's all I have to talk about here. I've got the Ultra Beasts on here. I don't think any of them are that likely, apart from maybe 2 of them. Guzzlord. I can't remember how Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon have the post-game go. Pardon me, my god. Sorry, I think it has some ties to Zygarde, I think? Once again, I have no memory of how Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon work, but I think it has something to do with Zygarde. Either way, it's a Dragon type. They are both in Alola. I think it's got a bit of time. I think the most likely Ultra Beast... Once again, I don't think any of the Ultra Beasts are going to get Mega Evolutions, but I think Xurkitree would be the obvious one. And you know why? It's because it's an electric type. I said it before. It's an electric type. It could be related to Prism Tower. What more do you want from me? As for legendaries and mythicals, Magearna I think is quite high up. There was a lot of speculation back in the day that it was originally meant to be a Kalos mythical instead of an Alola mythical. And it would have been related to the power plant, which, was this mystery in X and Y that was never expanded on. So, I could see a Mega Magearna making sense. Zeraora is high up there because it's an electric type. We love electric types. Melmetal is up there. It does already have a Gigantamax form. But there is a little fun fact about Melmetal hidden away in its Pokedex entry. I'm quickly checking Bulbapedia so I can make sure I'm saying it correctly. Let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. Its Pokedex entry says it was revered long ago for its capacity to create iron from nothing. For some reason, it came back to life after 3,000 years. 3,000 years! 3,000 years! You know what else happened 3,005 years ago? That's right, the ultimate weapon was fired. Do they have any links? Probably not. Probably not. Unless you want to say it was brought back to life by the ultimate weapon. Maybe that was the implication they were making there. So maybe Mega Melmetal would make sense. The rest are very unlikely, that's all I have to say. For the the only existing Generation 7 Mega Evolution is Drampa. I don't think we're going to get a new Mega Drampa. As for Generation 8, once again, I'd love to see a bunch of Generation 8 Mega Evolutions. In S tier are Dragapult and Kleavor. Kleavor's quite interesting, actually. I'd love to see a Hisui Mega Evolution. Dragapult is there because it's very, very popular, and it's a pseudo-legendary. That's literally all I have to say about it. Kleavor is there because it's a Hisui Pokemon. I'd love to see a Hisuian Pokemon get a Mega Evolution. I think Kleavor is very likely, probably the most likely, because it is related. It could be a counterpart to Mega Scizor. Stonejourner is there because it could theoretically have some ties to Geosenge Town, which is nearby. Yeah, it's where the ultimate weapon was fired, and Route 10 just south of it is one of these Stonehenge-esque stones. So, you know, Stonejourner is one of the more likely Generation 9 Pokemon. Generation 8 Pokemon, sorry. Frosmoth is high up because it's really popular. Thievul is high up because it's on a billboard in Legends ZA. Bolton's high up because it's an electric type. I don't know why Eldegoss is so high, but there's probably a really good reason for it. And that's mostly it. Let's see if there's any more I have to talk about. I don't think so. Ursaluna's a beast. I love using Ursaluna. It's so strong. It's crazy. It hits like everything in one shot. As for the legendaries and mythicals, I don't think any of them will get Mega Evolutions. Urshifu, Zacian, and Zamazenta are way too powerful. Enamorus, you'd have to give the other three genies a Mega Evolution, which I don't think they're going to do. Calyrex, too powerful, also too new. Glastrier and Spectria, too new, and also I don't think it would really make that much sense. Reggie's, too new, we'd have to give the other three Reggies Mega Evolutions. Zarude, I don't think is likely either. Existing Mega Evolutions, I don't think Phalanx is going to get a new Mega Evolution as much as I would love it. Phalanx is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. I would love Phalanx to get a Mega Phalanx Z. That would be so cool. Do you have a Discord or some way to interact with your community more? No. I had one for a while, but then I forgot about it, and then I deleted it. The best thing you can do is turn on notifications for this channel and pray they actually go through, because I think YouTube's really bad with notifications. So yeah, as I was saying, I'd love to see an equal balance between Generation 6, 7, and 8, but I also think there is a pretty good chance we could see one or maybe two new Mega Evolutions from Generation 9. Here's my tier list. In the same way we got one Mega Evolution from Generation 7 and one from Generation 8 in Legends ZA, the base game, I think we could see one or two Generation 9 Mega Evolutions in Mega Dimension. I think we should start from the bottom. Paradox Pokemon at the very bottom, because obviously none of them are going to get Mega Evolutions. In F tier, I don't know why Pawmot is there. Pawmot should be B tier. Okay, that's not. This isn't a great start. I'm already forgetting why I'm doing all of this. A lot of the DLC Pokemon are too new. Archaludon, Sinister, Hydrapple, they're just too new. I don't think there would have been enough time to have developed a good Mega Evolution and have it actually fit in well with the story. What else is there? There are a lot of Pokemon that definitely aren't. And that's the issue with a lot of Generation 9 Pokemon in general. But I could totally see, one or two Generation 9 Pokemon being designed with a Mega Evolution in mind. In B tier, we have Golden Go. I think Golden Go is quite likely. Obviously, it's Pokemon number 1000. Honestly, I should have put it in A tier. So just pretend it's in A tier. And Cyclizar, we'll talk about Cyclizar instead. Cyclizar will be interesting because it could be a counterpart to Koraidon and Miraidon. Sorry, I have to burp. Sorry, pardon me. Obviously, Cyclizar is the ancestor/descendant of Miraidon and Koraidon. So giving it a Mega Evolution, I think, could finally make it stand out on its own. Because Cyclizar is really weak compared to those two. And it's like, how the hell did it evolve from/into these incredibly powerful Pokemon? I think it should get a Mega Evolution, but I would have put it in A tier, but maybe even S tier, but I think giving it a Mega Evolution would have made more sense in Paldea than it does in Kalos. Dashbun is there. Oh, I remember why I put Dashbun there, because it's bread. And there's a lot of bread. They love bread in France, and that's literally the only reason it's there. Lokix is there because I believe Nimble was its pre-evolution Nimble was seen in Lumiose City in one of the animated shorts. It also has some design elements similar to Emma's Essentia suit, I think it's called. No, that's not what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but the expansion suit. That's it. It has a lot of design similarities to Emma's expansion suit. The Dunsparce because it'd be really funny. I think it'll be fun because it's kind of a Generation 1 Mega Evolution and a Generation 9 Mega Evolution. Same with Kingambit, it's Generation 5 and Generation 9. Same with Farigiraf, it's Generation 2 and Generation 9. Bellibolt because it's an Electric type. Tinkaton because it's like probably top 5 most popular Paldea Pokemon. Mousehold for the same reason. I think you could actually make a really easy Mega Mousehold. You know that trope in like where you have like in movies and TV shows where you have a bunch of little small creatures, and the main characters go, "Ha, you can't hurt me. You're just a bunch of little creatures," and then all the little creatures like climb on top of each other and form like one big creature. Good example is Gravity Falls. In like the first episode, they have all the gnomes, and then they climb onto each other to make a big gnome. I think you could do that with Mega Mousehold, and it would be really funny. Let Mega Tinkaton ride a tank, call it Tankaton. Yeah, I was thinking about how you could take its hammer even further. A tank would actually be a really good idea. I think I was also thinking about like a suit of armor. But then that's kind of like a bit silly, but it was kind of cool. Glamour is there because, it's related to Area 0. It would be higher. It's a very important Pokemon lore-wise, but once again, it would make more sense in Paldea than it would Kalos. Revavroom. I know why I put Revavroom there, but I also have a secondary reason I just came up with. Revavroom, it's a Steel and Poison type, which means it quad resists fairy type attacks, which is incredibly valuable. I think a Mega Revavroom could be an interesting new counter to Xerneas, because Xerneas is really strong. So I think having a Steel Poison Mega Evolution could be really good. Secondly, it's a car. You know what they have in Lumiose City? They have taxis. Boom, Mega Revavroom confirmed. I might even move up to A tier, just because that's the second reason, and I'm a genius. For A tier, Baxcalibur's there. It's a pseudo legendary. I have nothing else to say. I could see it a bit lower because it's really not that popular. And in S tier, 2 Pokemon. I'm going to make a completely separate prediction here. I have said this, I think, for the past 2 or 3. I think Scarlet Violet's been out for 3 years. The past 2 years, I think the next Pokemon they're going to add to Smash Bros, it's going to be Ceruledge and Armarouge. I feel like they were very clearly designed to be popular. They're not like Tinkaton, where it happened naturally. It looks like they were designed to be popular, and it worked. A lot of people love them. Obviously, Armarouge and Ceruledge both have pretty important roles in the anime. They're also in... there was an animation they did featuring both Pokemon. They featured a lot in, I think, the TCG trailers. So I could easily see them having been designed with the idea of a Mega Evolution. As for Legendaries and Mythicals, I don't think any of them will get them. I think Terrapagos is the terrestrial Pokemon. It should never get a Mega Evolution. The Loyal 3 wouldn't make sense. Ogerpon wouldn't make sense. The Treasures of the Ruin would make sense. But then you have to design 4 Mega Evolutions, and that's a lot of Mega Evolutions. Miraidon Koraidon doesn't make sense. Pecharunt probably makes the most sense. Which isn't saying much, but I'm not biased or anything, but it makes the most sense, right? Okay. Now, there is one more thing I wanted to do here. Let me just do this. Boom. I wanted to look at the mythical Pokemon completely separately. I think we're going to get at least one new mythical Mega Evolution. In the same vein as Mega Diancie. I think it's pretty much guaranteed we get a Mega Mythical Pokemon. Going in order, I'd say Mew is probably... It's between A and S. I might put it in A tier. Obviously, it works as a counterpart to Mega Mewtwo. Celebi... I'm going to make this F tier very quickly. I could see Celebi being F tier. No, it just doesn't really have anything to do with Kalos or anything. Jirachi, maybe C or B, because it has its entire gimmick is that it grants wishes. Obviously, that's similar to Hoopy. Hoopy? That's not his name. Hooper. Similar to Hooper because Hooper is a genie in a bottle. I don't think it ever explicitly grants wishes, but it is designed of a genie in a bottle. And also there's the whole wish thing from the ZA Royale, which they totally ruined, by the way. I might put it in B tier. Deoxys, once again, is between A and... I think I'll put it in S, because similar to Mew, it could have a counterpart in Mega Rayquaza, but at the same time, Deoxys, I think there's more you could do with it, and I also think it's more popular than Mew. I might be wrong on that, now that I think about it, but I think there's a lot more you could do with a Mega Deoxys compared to a Mega Mew. All the Deoxys forms we'll just put at the end here, because it's the same thing. Manaphy and Fiona, I'd say F tier. Darkrai between A and B, because it's one. I might put it in A. Well, we're gonna do it in order. So left side is the most likely, right side is the least likely. Mew is slightly more likely than Darkrai, but Darkrai is very. Maybe I might put it in B. It's because it's really popular. It is really popular. You could link it to the day and night cycle. That's very important in Legend ZA. Dreams. I'm trying to link it like thematically to ZA. I can link it to Scarlet and Violet. I can't link it to ZA. How do you link Nightmares to ZA? I'm struggling to put it above Jirachi, because Jirachi at least makes thematic sense. I'll put it in B tier, above Jirachi, because it's not got the same thematic links, but it's way more popular. Currently we're ranking mythical Pokemon and how likely they are to get a new Mega Evolution in Mega Dimension, the upcoming DLC for Legend ZA. We just looked through all 1,025 Pokemon, how likely they are. You can watch the VOD back if anyone's joined late. Right now we're just looking at mythical Pokemon, because I'm like 99% sure we're gonna get at least one new Mega Mythical. Shaman is also very low. F tier is not. F tier is not ordered because I'm lazy and I don't have to order it. How do I? Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Shaman, they're not very popular. They don't have any thematic ties to ZA. Arceus, I don't think you can. It's already the god of all Pokemon, and I know Arceus, like this form, is kind of just like a vessel for Arceus. So maybe we can move it. I think we can move it to C tier. Victini, I might see in C tier as well, because it's from Unova, and of course I'd like more Unova Mega Evolutions. But once again, it doesn't have much thematic. It makes much thematic sense. I'm gonna put it in low C tier. Keldeo, it's either low B or high C. Because I think low B tier. Because it would be a counterpart to the Swords of Justice, which all have their paradox forms they just got in Generation 9. Also, the Swords of Justice are based on the Three Musketeers, which is a French novel. I've said this already, but I'm just re-mentioning it. So I'll put this here as well. I could see Keldeo getting a Mega Evolution that it can only use when it's in its Resolute form. I could see that being a thing. Meloetta, I'm not too sure. Once again, does it really have any ties to ZA or Kalos? Maybe low C tier. Genesect, I had it really high up in the regular tier list, but I don't remember why. It's kind of like a fossil Pokemon, so I guess you could kind of tie it to Mega Aerodactyl. But I might put it high C tier, I think. It's very popular. Very, very popular mythical Pokemon. I don't think it's on the same level as Darkrai. Diancie, What's the likelihood that Diancie gets a new Mega Evolution? I don't think we can really rank it. I think that's like a different kind of thing. I think it's possible Diancie gets a new Mega Evolution, but I don't think that's what we're really ranking here. Hooper, I don't think Hooper Unbound is gonna. Confined is gonna get a Mega Evolution. I'll still put it high C tier. I think if it gets a Mega Evolution, it'll likely be its Unbound form. And as chat was saying, would be cool, but it's unlikely because of its forms. And I do completely agree. I might put it. I could see it high C, low B. I'll put it high C tier because it would really unbalance the Kalos Mythicals, which luckily we can talk about now. I've mentioned it already on stream, but I'll say it again. There are 3 Kalos Mythicals. 2 of them have 2 forms. Hooper has Confined and Unbound. I need to hurry this up. And Diancie has Regular and Mega. Volcanion's the only one with 1 form, so it would make sense for it to get a Mega Evolution. I might put it in high B. It's not really that popular, though. I might put it in high B, though. I might put it in low A. Magearna, there was a bunch of speculation that it was originally meant to be a Kalos Pokemon related to the Power Plant. So I could see it like high B tier. Marshadow, I don't think really makes that much sense. Zeraora makes a bit of sense because it's an electric type. So I could see it being low C tier. Actually, no, I could see it being maybe mid C tier. Meltan's not fully evolved. Melmetal has the Pokedex entry. It's Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. Pokedex entry mentions it came back to life 3,000 years ago, so it possibly has ties to the Ultimate Weapon. So I think we can put it probably around here. It's already got a G-Max form though, so that's why it's not at A tier. Useru, definitely not. Petrunt, slightly more likely. And that's it. Okay. Okay. We did it. I think the most likely are Deoxys, Mew, and Volcanion, while Magearna, Darkrai, Melmetal, Jirachi, and Keldeo are also likely. Okay, we have 2 minutes until the trailer, chat. I'm going to move over here quickly. Zeraora is quite likely as a fan service Mega. I wasn't really active in the community then. Is Zeraora really popular? And I just don't know. I only really know the old ones. I know that Darkrai is popular, and I know that Genesect is popular. Okay. Do we think we're going to get a new Mega Evolution today? I'm currently checking the... I'll show you guys quickly. I'm checking out the official YouTube channel, because it should be up. The new trailer should be up any moment now. Okay. Let's quickly check the audio's fine.
This is wild.
I think we move it a bit down.
So you're seriously saying there was some weird device that caused you and Crocalor to switch places?
Weirder things have happened, I
Okay.
guess.
Is that good?
Poor guy running the stall was pretty upset, so I promised him I'd...
Okay, that looks good to me. I don't think we will. I'm just saying we will because I want to. I'm just saying we will because I really want to. 1 minute to go, chat. 1 minute to go. Anime spoilers. Sorry. My bad. Right. We're just gonna be refreshing until the video pops up. Really, all I want to see, the absolute minimum I want to see, I want to get a look at Hyperspace Lumiose. I want to know what Hyperspace Lumiose is. Is it the same, like, place you get taken in Auraz? You know, when you fight the legendaries, when Hooper brings you to fight the legendaries? It is now 2 PM UTC. We should be getting the trailer up any moment now. I believe it's just launched it on the Japanese channel. It usually takes a while for the official one to post. I don't know why. But guys, stay here. Please stay here. It'll be any second. Don't leave. Don't leave me for the Japanese. It'll be here any second. When the screen goes black, that's me refreshing the page, by the way. Come on. Imagine there just isn't a video. They did just post about it. Let's see what they said. There is a trailer and it is 5 minutes long. Come on. Okay, let's check Pokemon Asia English. They're always ready. They're always right on top. They're always on top of these things. Yeah, we go. Mega Dimension Visit a Stranger. Everyone get ready. It's actually 2 minutes. I saw another one that was 5 minutes. Wait, whoa! Huge spoilers. Okay, wow, I just saw, in that one little clip, I just saw huge spoilers. That's crazy. Okay, let's click it very quickly so we don't see anything else. Guys, I'm just gonna say I think I might have been right about something. Who are you? Who is that? Sorry, I got really excited. I think I just saw a new Mega Evolution that I totally predicted. What is... Ooh, okay. What? No way! They're actually doing it? That's crazy. First of all, Annihilate and Corviknight are in the game, which is really cool. Pokemon are going above level 100? That's insane! I never thought they'd do that. Is that Coroner? Oh, please let that be Coroner. What the hell are you? Coroner! Yes! I knew she'd return. This is what I saw. Okay, I saw Coroner and I saw Golurk, and I thought we were gonna get Mega Golurk. Okay, that's what I saw. Mega Baxcalibur, I was right! Mega Chimeco! Oh my god, I was kind of right about Baxcalibur. Oh my god! Was that Mega Mashana? Wait, they're showing us so many. I don't have time to react. Hyperspace Luminous could eventually swallow the whole city. Okay. We've still got a bit more to see. 10th of December, 2025. Just over 1 month, chat. Well, are you guys ready? I will be streaming it right here. I'll be streaming it right here. I just want to say now, subscribe, turn on notifications. Please turn on notifications for the YouTube channel. I swear I'll post more. Okay. Yep. Season 4 is Baxcalibur. Oh, that's so cool. And the Adiantite, after claiming a Adiantite Stone. Oh, they're doing an event right now. For Mega Diancie. That's cool. Should we do that now? I think we could do... Well, first of all, I want to check what's going on. Okay, did I see Mega Mashana, or am I going crazy? I don't think we did. No, it was just weird with all the effects. So we've got 2 new Mega Evolutions already. That's pretty cool. Mega Chimeco and Mega Baxcalibur. I was right. I want to say I was completely correct. We got a Generation 9 Mega. You're welcome. That's another thing I've correctly predicted because I'm a genius. Right, let's check out Twitter very quickly because I saw a 5-minute trailer. Right, let's check what's going on here. There's Mega Chimeco, Mega Baxcalibur, Chimeco. Yeah, this one's 5 minutes. What's going on in this one? They're the same so far. Oh, here we go.
Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Jigen.
Okay, this doesn't help me. I can't speak Japanese. Okay, hang on. We're gonna go back to Asia English. They're gonna have posted it, right? How do I listen to that in English? Oh no, I don't understand any of it. Here we go.
The Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. It's time to see what new adventures await you.
What is that? Was there a floating Pokeball?
Here in Lumios, a city shared by people and Pokémon, something strange is afoot. Distortions are forming all over. And at Hotel Z, a mysterious girl named Ansha appears along with Hoopa, the mischief Pokémon. Team MZ will borrow Hoopa's power to dive into one of these strange distortions. On the other side, you'll find yourself in an otherworldly, not quite Lumios city. You'll encounter different
Ooh.
Pokemon living and thriving.
Oh, that's
there
cool.
than the
Oh,
ones in
Garganacl.
Lumiose.
Oh, this
Watch
bit.
out! These Pokemon are hyper strong.
Calories?
Even trainers will need to keep their guards up.
To feed your Pokemon?
To go adventuring in hyperspace, you'll need help from Ansha and Hoopa. Ansha is a talented donut chef. She makes
Yeah.
berries into donuts for Hoopa to eat, awakening its power so it can open distortions and allow you to enter new pockets of hyperspace. If you use the berries you can find in hyperspace, it seems you can make even more effective donuts.
Looks like the new levels are temporary. Just
A
for
newly arrived
hyperspace.
trainer will help you in this investigation. Karina.
Karina,
the
what's
successor to a
Karina?
line of Mega Evolution
Sorry,
gurus.
Karina.
She'll join Team MZ in tackling the mysteries of hyperspace Lumiose.
Here's Mega Charmico.
Here's a Pokemon with a newly discovered Mega Evolution.
Honestly, not that
Mega
excited about Mega
Chimecho.
Charmico.
In this form, Chimecho is flanked by dangling copies of itself. When they resonate with each other, they can unleash mighty sound wave attacks. There's also Mega Baxcalibur, distinguished by the blade on its back. Even bigger now thanks to Mega Evolution. With such a big blade, Mega Baxcalibur can smash all kinds of things. Crisis looms as distortions form around the city. What caused Hyperspace Lumiose to appear?
So it's not
Join
Hoopa.
your Team MZ crew and your new allies and discover who or what lies waiting for you in hyperspace. The Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC, featuring additional story content and more, will arrive December 10th.
So is that it? Looks like it. Okay. 2 new Mega Evolutions. I want to quickly look at the. I'm a competitive guy, right? I like VGC. I want to look at these Pokemon's stats and try to see what they're gonna do with these Mega Evolutions. Chimeco is so weak. I can see just a small buff to special attack and some extra on defenses. Not you. You, Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is a tough one. I could see them just boosting attack and defense, maybe special defense a bit as well. I'll probably want to keep its ability, which is sad, because it's not a very strong ability, Thermal Exchange. Because it doesn't resist fire-type attacks. Still, that is pretty cool. Alright, very quickly. Don't leave yet. We've got some new content in Legends ZA today, apparently, which I'm quickly gonna see if we can get up. But it might take a second because I wasn't preparing to do this today. I didn't think I'd be doing this. Let's go over to right there. Let's get you. Right. I believe I've not even got Legends ZA in this thing yet. Ooh, Mega Charmico is Steel Psychic. That's cool. Against the Steel type. That's pretty useful. Okay. What did they announce for now? Well, you'll see in a very quick second. Very, very quick second. Very quick second. I need to quickly close Pokemon Scarlet. Get Legends ZA going. Oh, they've already announced the next reveal, I think. It's in Japanese, hang on. Let me quickly show. I can't quite show, hang on. I wonder if we can shine out these new Pokemon Adventures. I'm not sure. I do wonder if the donuts will have some shiny properties. Hang on, chat. They just revealed something new. I'm gonna have to find a way to show you. Right. So I think this will work for now. If we quickly go over to Twitter again. They just posted something new. His official artwork for Karina, Ansha, The starters. Yeah, here we go. Let's translate this quickly. The next information revealed for the paid additional content Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension has been set for November 19th. It looks like we'll be getting 2 new content updates. Not updates, new trailers revealing new Mega Evolutions. So that's pretty cool. Looks like we've got 2 today. We're getting 1. Is that like what, in 2 weeks? What day is it today? The 6th. So no, I can't. I'm not gonna bother to do maths. I can't do maths. It's soon, okay, soon. I think just under 2 weeks. So that's pretty cool. That's what I wanted to show you. Chat quickly. I can quickly go back to what I'm doing. Hang on. There we go. Karina looks like, sorry, Karina. I never knew that's how her name was pronounced. Looks like Karina Mega evolved herself. Yeah, she's got a ton of Mega Stones. I wonder if there's any new ones in there. Okay. We're gonna do this quick. We're gonna do this new side quest quickly. And then there's one more thing I want to do with this live stream, and then we'll end. Okay. Quickly getting the new Legends ZA update, so give me a second. And then we'll log in there. I shouldn't have to say it, but obviously I'm going to be opening Legends ZA. There's going to be Legends ZA spoilers from the main game. You know, all the stuff that hasn't been officially revealed yet. So, obviously. Okay, updating software, 25%, 50%, 75%, 90%, 100%. Let's quickly log in. Brilliant. Let's see if this is set up properly. I've not checked, honestly. If I can move this up. No, one of these... Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab that Pecharunt. I'm going to move you over here. Is this all working? I hope it's working. I can't hear it right now. I don't think you can either. Give me a second. There's so many things. I wasn't preparing to use the Switch today. So there are so many things I need to set up that I didn't think I had to. Where's the splitter? Here's the splitter. Plug you into there. You into here. Oh crap! I just dropped my Switch 2 on the floor. Give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, is that working? Okay. Can hear a bit of a buzz. Why can you hear a bit of a buzz? What's wrong? What's wrong here? I don't know. I can't hear a buzz, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can't blame myself. Okay. I need to quickly change my screen so I can actually see what I'm doing. Better now. Good. Here's my character. I decided to dress up like Team Flare. Right. Let's see what's going on out here. Right. I've still got a lot of side quests to do. Where's the how do I start the... Oh, actually, no, I think I know how to start the new one. I think I have to go into Mystery Gift. Right? Right, okay, you start off by going into Mystery Gifts. We have the Rolls and Guard Rock. I think I already got that. Shine Bright Like a Gemstone is the new one. And it should give us... It should give us the Diant Site. Okay. So if you want to follow along at home, this is how you get Diancie in Pokemon Legends ZA. You go into Link Play, you go into Mystery Gifts, you get via internet, click Shine Bright Like a Gemstone. Why is it showing this here? I've already got this. Why is it still here? Okay, so I had to BRB very quickly. Let's quickly finish grabbing this Diancie quickly. How to get the Pokemon? Well, we're about to find out. We should be given a side quest now. It's not you, is it? No, it's not you. What do we do? I don't know what we do. What do we do? Where's Hotel Z? Do I have to go to Hotel Z? Well, I can't remember where Hotel Z is. Where's Hotel Z? Am I crazy? Here's Hotel Z. How do you... Okay, hang on. Hang on, chat. We've got more issues. The extra side mission. Ooh, maybe. Not Lysander Cafe. Where is it? Up here. We head to the Looker Bureau. Let's head to the Looker Bureau. See if that works. Sorry if you can hear my if you can hear my cat meowing right now. Let's see if Emma's got anything to say about this. Ooh, I think this is it. I think this is it. There we go. You have to go to the Looker Bureau. You have to talk to Mimi the Esper. Mimi must be sensing some kind of psychic energy. It can telepathically pick up thoughts and feelings and transmit them to another person. Using telepathy takes a lot out of Mimi, so I've asked it to hold back. But even so, sometimes it happens to pick up on something, just like now. I wonder what it's detecting. Maybe that Diancie you've got is imbued with some kind of strong emotion. Oh, bye, Mimi. What a cute little kitty. Why don't we follow Mimi and see where it's headed? Side Mission EX. Now that's a fun one, isn't it? That's a fun little title. Right, it seems like it wants us to head down here, so we can get there pretty quickly. Mimi Adventure Time. It's Mimi Adventure Time. It's my favorite time of the day. Down here. There we go. Plink plonk, 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 plink plonk. Right, we've made it to Autumnal Avenue. It looks like we're on. Mimi's picking up on something. Hold on a sec. Hi, Sedna? Who's Sedna? Have I forgotten someone? Mimi and I are on a case right now. We might need your help. Little Eris and Nyx know? Who are these people? Have I forgotten characters from Legend ZA? I was checking in with some friends from back in the day. Old friends? I run the bureau now. It was started by a detective named Looker. I already know why it's called the Looker Bureau. He's such a kind person and helped teach me so much. It turned out he wasn't any ordinary private detective. He was an international police officer. So eventually he had to go off and solve more cases somewhere else, far away probably. I took over for him as head of the bureau and I'm doing my best to run things with the help of Mimi and those friends I just spoke to. Mimi isn't particularly helpful, its telepathy has helped solve so many cases, but like I said, it gets worn out if it uses those powers too much. Looks like it sensed something. So who are those people? They say back in the day, but then she says they're new friends? Okay, looks like here we can just fast travel to Quasartico and it should be just outside. Yeah, right over here. Right. Buy all the food. Were you picking up on my own feelings? Is this Mimi's mystical power? Somehow you can hear Emma's thoughts in your head. What's going on with Mimi? Is it hungry? I'm getting pretty hungry myself. Are you hungry? Oh yes, I was just thinking I could go for a little bite to eat. No. Thanks for looking out for me, Mimi. What do you say we take a little pit stop to refuel? I guess? I was kind of worried more about the mythical Pokemon that's flying around Lomeo City right now. That was delicious, wasn't it? Now then, how about you show us where you wanted to go? Okay, we take a little pit stop to refuel. Where do we go next? Looks like it wants to head. It wants to bring us to this warp place here. We can head to this Pokemon Center just by Magenta Sector 8, and we can travel there pretty quickly. I always forget which button's the run button. Right, what do you want? What's up? We're in front of the Holovator. So far, this is really just like a fetch quest. I'm just walking around places talking to people. What do I know? You want to go up, don't you? I think we're close to finally unraveling the truth. Wow, I wonder what could possibly be up there. Oh, it's up here, okay. How do we get out of there? Wait, am I stupid? Am I stupid? Ah, I figured it out. I figured it out. You have to go across here. I think that's east to this one. Roto glide over here. You can go up the ladder. And you head across here. Go across this web bridge. And then head over here. Good, we finally made it, okay. Whatever you were sensing is around here, right, Mimi? There are so many Mega Crystals here. Too many, it's not normal. Oh, Carbink! Hey, guys! Carbink. Diancie! Hi, Diancie! How you doing? And what's that other Pokemon? Maybe it's related to your Megastone somehow. The only way to find out whether it's connected to your Megastone is to catch it! Do I have to? No, just kidding, I do want to, sorry. Sorry, so mean. Hello, Diancie, I would never say... You're so small. Why am I in like a fighting pose? I'm ready to beat the crap out of it. By the way, is this just like a regular battle? I feel like I've got an advantage here. Okay, not with this Pokemon, but some of my other Pokemon. Let's just... There you. Land's Wrath. Thank you. Let's Mega Evolve you. I love going overkill like this. Bonk! Right, I can't catch it. It's not letting me throw a Pokeball, so... Is that what was meant to happen? Don't defeat it, you need to catch it. I tried to catch it, it wouldn't let me. Am I forgetting the Pokeball button? I have Pokeballs, right? I have Pokeballs, why can't I throw them? Am I crazy? Isn't it ZR? Why can't I throw anything? Hang on, let's try this again. Go into the battle with the wild Pokemon. Go Dragonite. Am I crazy? Hang on, am I crazy? Wait, I might actually, hang on. Edit mapping. Reset. I think I might have had custom mapping. Oh god damn it. I think I might have... Yeah, okay, I had custom... Okay, I had custom mapping. That's really annoying. I had custom mapping because I was doing the bloody Restaurant Lennar. So I needed a special button to do everything correctly. Right. Oh, I'm trying to get you. Okay. Okay. Mega Evolve, Mega Evolve, Mega Evolve, Mega Evolve. Do you think it's shiny locked? Almost definitely. Almost definitely. Please Mega Evolve. You're gonna die. Land's Wrath. You. Okay, I don't even know what Pokeball I want to use. I like the regular Pokeball. Okay, let's get I was going to call him Flemball, that's not his name. Do that. Do that. Try to get this Carbink. Come on, Head Smash. Poison Jab. Go for the catch. Go for the catch. Go for the catch. Okay, don't go for the catch. Talonflame, you're not high enough level for this battle. Oh, wait, you died. Don't make me do it again. Don't make me do it again, please. Okay. Okay. Okay, we try it again. We try it again. We run it back. Oh, come on, man. Give me this. This shouldn't be difficult. I don't like how any of the other Pokeballs look. All my Pokemon are like dead. Oh god. Please just work. Man's Wrath. Oh my god! Dancy's actually putting up a fight. Don't do this to me. Please bring me back to where I was 5 seconds ago. Please let me stay on the rooftop. Okay. I think Emma's getting frustrated. I'm really sorry, Emma. This is really difficult. I might just be bad at the game. Okay. Let's try this again for real. We want the other one. We want the other one. We want Land's Wrath. We want to Mega Evolve. And we want to go Land's Wrath into Nihilite. Q into Nihilite. There we go. Let's go for the Ultra. Are you kidding? Is this an infinite Carbink farm, do you think? Is Dancy going to respawn again with 2 Carbink? Or does she only have 1? No, she has 2. There's an infinite Carbink farm. Emma is so embarrassed. I'm sorry, Emma. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Master Ball it. I want to be in. I want to use my Master Ball for Shiny Alpha Phalanx. Okay. Do that. Get the Sludge Wave. Land's Wrath again. Do that. And we catch the 2 Carbink. It's got an infinite Carbink farm. And then Land's Wrath again. Try to catch it again while we quickly Mega Evolve. There we go, finally. Finally, okay, good job. Can I see that Pokemon you just caught? It's so pretty. Its glimmer reminds me of the Anistar Sundial. I wonder if they'd ever talk about it. Anistar Sun? I know what the Anistar Sundial is. Said to have something to do with Megastones. Bring so many things to mind. In particular, I'm thinking about 2 people I've met since I parted ways with Looker. AZ and Professor Sycamore. The Professor spoke with AZ as part of his research into Mega Evolution. Professor Sycamore's theory was that Megastones formed 3,000 years ago, when certain stones were irradiated by the light, the energy of the legendary Pokémon, that was fired from the ultimate weapon. AZ nodded when he heard that. According to him, that's why we've been finding new types of Megastones recently. After all, the ultimate weapon was fired again 5 years ago. It's okay. I'm here to keep Lumio safe, and Mochi's here to help too. Make sure you take good care of this Pokemon, okay, Mochi? Lumiose needs people like you, people who can really bond with all sorts of Pokemon. I guess we'll head back to the Looker Bureau. Take care! I just remembered that AZ mentioned something else. He said during his long journey searching for Floette, he saw a phenomenon in Hoenn that may have been the beginning of all Mega Evolution. That's what got him thinking. That's what got him always thinking about the bonds between people and Pokemon. Anyways, thanks for helping us out. I'll see you around. Does he mean Rayquaza or does he mean Primal Reversion? There we go, side mission EX1. Shine bright like a gemstone. Do you think we're going to get 2 new side quests with the 2 new Mega Evolution reveals they're doing? We could, because there's one on the 19th of November, which I suppose could be Mewtwo. Are there any other legendaries missing from the game? Volcanion, maybe, but I wonder if that'll be in Mega Dimension. What would the 3rd one be? Chat, let's brainstorm right now. It's Mewtwo. Are there any Mega Evolutions missing from ZA? Oh, it could be Rayquaza or Kyogre and Groudon. I could see it being Rayquaza. Okay, I think we figured it out. Chat. That's my bet. Mewtwo in 2 weeks, and then Rayquaza and or Kyogre and or Groudon later. Okay, there is one last thing I wanted to do. Very quickly, I'm going to turn my switch off. Go quickly, replug everything back in. I want to look over the true trailers we've got, and I want to see every single Pokemon we can spot that's returning, okay? We're going to look at as many of the returning Pokemon in those 2 trailers as we can. There's a few obvious ones, but we'll go over it anyway. Just quickly head back here, go into here, go into here. Right. Let's take a look at all of the returning Pokemon in the 2 new Mega Dimension DLC trailers we've gotten. Quickly zoom in. Obviously Hooper, that's an obvious one. Split down to 1080p. Sorry if you can hear my cat meowing. Okay. Mega Dimension. Okay, no new Pokemon yet. Obviously we have Corviknight here, level 120, so that's its line confirmed. There's Annihilate, which is really cool. I love seeing Generation 9 Pokemon in this game. Aurorus. Corviknight again. Hooper again. Hang on, let's speed it up quickly. Let's go to 2 times speed. Okay. I think was Golurk. No, I don't think Golurk was in the game already, was it? So we've got Golurk. We've got quite a few Generation 5 Pokemon, it seems. We've got Golurk here. We have Munna and Mashana here, as well as Chimecho, which is pretty obvious, and Baxcalibur, which is pretty obvious because they're both about to Mega Evolve. Golurk, it's Munna, Corviknight. Hang on, I've got to watch these like frame by frame. What move is that? Is it a Frenzy Plant or something? Of course, there's Mega Raichu X and Y. I think that's our first time looking at it in-game, which is pretty cool. Chandelure, which is already in the game. Aerodactyl, which I think is already in the game. Okay. One last trailer to go through. That was all the Pokemon from the first trailer. Wasn't that many, but the next trailer is a lot more in-depth. I think we'll be seeing a lot more returning Pokemon here.
The Pokemon Legends CA Mega Dimension DLC.
In fact, let's turn it down to
It's time
times
to
1
see
speed.
what new adventures await you.
Once again, also let's turn up to 1080p.
Here in Lumos,
Here's the obvious
a city
stuff.
shared by people and Pokemon. Something strange is afoot. Distortions are forming all over. And at Hotel Z, a mysterious
Obviously,
girl
Hooper
named
is
Asha
returning.
appears along with Hoopa, the mischief Pokemon. Team MZ will borrow Hoopa's power to dive into one of these strange distortions.
Show me new Pokemon. Show me returning Pokemon.
On the other side, you'll find yourself in an otherworldly, not quite Lumiose city. You'll encounter different Pokemon.
Hang on. Going too quickly.
Lumiose City.
We've got Alolan Marowak. I don't think Cubone was in the base game, so we've got Cubone, Marowak, Alolan Marowak as well.
You'll encounter different Pokemon
We've got Galarian Mr. Mime, which also I assume means regular Mr. Mime as well.
living and thriving.
We have Garganical, which is I think is really cool that we're getting some new Generation 9 Pokemon in the game.
There than the ones in
We've got Golisopod and not Scolipede, Wimpod, very cool Pokemon to have in the game as well.
Lumios.
Yeah, anything. We also got to look at the bottom left to see what Pokemon they're using. It looks all normal to me there, though. It's really funny you have to use calories to get your Pokemon higher level. I didn't know that was a thing you could do, but what do I know?
Watch out. These Pokemon are
Also see if there's any like new moves
strong.
or something like that. Because I like moves. I love
Pokemon
looking
living
moves.
and thriving there than the ones in Lumios. Watch out. These Pokemon are hyper strong.
Bulldoze, Ironhead.
Even seasoned trainers will need to keep their guards up.
I wonder if you can get new clothes there in the hyperspace
Go
clothing
adventuring in
malls.
hyperspace. You'll need help from Ansha and Hoopa. Ansha is a talented donut chef. She bakes berries.
Okay, this is an interesting one. We got here Honedge, Beldum, but also Galarian Meowth. I was hoping they show us more of these so we can actually get a look at these. Pecha Berry reference. Okay. See, it looks like... Oh, wait! This is a reference to the Friend Safari! Oh my god, that's so cool! I think this is a reference to the Friend Safari in Killoud City in Pokemon X and Y. That is so cool. That is really cool.
To donuts for Hoopa to eat, awakening its power so it can open distortions.
That is
and allow
really
you to
cool.
enter
Right, yeah, here's the
It's
Galarian
hyper-
Meowth.
space.
What is that in the background? Or is that just like a lamppost and I'm getting confused and I'm stupid? Do you guys see that?
And allow you to enter new
Like back here.
pockets of hyperspace.
What is that? Is that... Oh, it's an Alpha Honedge. Okay, Alpha Honedge. We figured it out. Alpha Honedge. I was like, it looks like Inteleon, but there's no way Inteleon's gonna be here. This is a Steel-type hyperspace Lumios.
If you
Okay, this is really interesting. They're bringing back flavors. Wait, fresh? Has fresh always been a flavor? I've never had a fresh before. Spicy? Sweet, bitter, sour. Fresh! They've gotten rid of dry! Why have they gotten rid of dry? Am I stupid? Why did they get rid of dry? What? What? So you can't actually, I realize you can't see it. Hang on, let me just blunk. It's fresh instead of dry. That's literally never been a thing. I don't think flavors have been in the game since Gen 6. I'm not even sure they even were in Gen 6 now that I say that. That's such a weird thing to bring back and then immediately change. I really wish I knew the reason why. Anyway, this is like a really cool mix of both. You know, it's kind of like it's bringing back the Friend Safari elements from X and Y, but also the berry elements from Hoenn. I think that's really cool. We've also got to look at 3 new items down here: the Hyper Pecha Berry, the Hyper Citrus Berry, and the Hyper Greppa Berry. In terms of Ansha's Donuts, it looks like they're just a more powerful version of... Actually, no, they have different flavors as well. So they're stronger and different versions of the existing berries. I do wonder if they'll be able to be used in-game, but I also kind of doubt it. It looks like we've got a flavor score, level boost, donut energy. I do wonder if this will have anything to do with shiny hunting. You know, maybe the higher your score is, the more shinies you get, but I'm not sure.
use the berries you can find in hyperspace,
That's so... Sorry, I'm back on this. Why fresh?
it seems you can
Why
make
is it
even
fresh?
more effective donuts.
Why is it fresh? Why is it fresh?
A
I'm
newly
so
arrived trainer
confused.
will help you in this investigation. Karina,
Hi,
the successor
Karina.
to a line of Mega Evolution gurus. she'll join Team MZ in tackling the mysteries of hyperspace Lumios.
What Megastones does she have?
MZ in
She's got to have a few
tackling
new ones, right? That's what, like Meganium, Dragonite, Starmie. The issue is I don't know Megastones off by heart. Not sure what that one on the right is. I think Stragalgi, Pyroar. Maybe she doesn't have any new ones.
mysteries of hyperspace Lumios.
Obviously here we have Chimico and that's one. Once again, I am looking at moves to see if there's any new moves. Well, in the top left, do you get like extra buffs against certain types? It looks like they've maybe got like extra defense against special attacks and rock type attacks, and they deal more damage to ice types. Maybe. Pretty interesting.
Here's a Pokemon with a new
Obviously, here's
discovered Mega
Chimico.
evolution. Mega
Chingaling's going to
Chimecho.
be in the game as well.
In this
Sorry,
one,
Chimecho.
Chimecho is flanked by dangling copies of itself. When they resonate with
Oh, I just realised they're red, blue, and green. They're Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, the little copies.
each other, they can unleash mighty.
And I've said it already, but it's a Steel and Psychic type. It's using Boom Burst, so I wonder if it has one of those abilities that changes normal type attacks into a different type.
sound wave attacks. There's also
Of course, here's
Mega
Baxcalibur, so its entire
Mysterious fighter
evolutionary
blade
line
on
is in the
its back.
game.
Even bigger now, thanks to Mega Evolution. With such a big blade, Mega Baxcalibur
Glaive Rush. Do you have any other moves we got to
bigger now,
see?
thanks to Mega Evolution. With such a
No,
big
I don't think we
blade,
get to look at any of that. No, we do. Ice Hammer. Ice Hammer? I think that is a pre-existing game move. I've not seen it in so long. Ah, it's not a new move, but this is Baxcalibur's first time getting access to it. So Baxcalibur now has access to the Ice type attack Ice Hammer, which has base 100 power. 100 base power, 90% accuracy, inflicts damage and lowers the user's speed stat by 1 stage. So that's pretty good. This could be like a really good Trick Room Pokemon. So that's a pretty cool look there. And you can see, so this is a really low quality moment. You can see in the top left there's even more things. It looks like maybe a boost towards catching water type Pokemon and a boost amount of wild Pokemon you see. So if there are these different effects, I could easily imagine one of them will be shot for shiny hunting. So it looks like this will be good for shiny hunting, if I had to guess.
Mega Baxcalibur can smash all kinds of things. Crisis looms as distortions form around the city. What caused hyperspace Lumios
Run it
to
again.
Join your Team MZ crew and your new allies and discover who or what lies waiting for
And what is this? Oh, this is a Rogue Mega Battle, isn't it? Right? I'm pretty sure there's animations from... Hang on, let's go back like a second. I swear this is from...
lies waiting
That's
for
the animation from the Rogue Mega Battles. That's pretty interesting.
you in hyperspace.
And this is like a whole rendered cutscene, which is
The Pokemon
really
leg-
interesting. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about there, but looks like other than that, that's it. That's all the returning Pokemon we know about so far. Really happy to look at it. Thank you for the stream today. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed chatting with all of you. I'll be back again Wednesday the 19th of November. Subscribe to the notifications so you don't miss it. There'll be a new Mega Evolution reveal. That's pretty cool. I'll see you guys then. I'm excited to hang out with you guys later.